Coming up on today's Cook and Crave, we got some delicious recipes. One family favorite, so you got to take this one down. We have a cream cheese chocolate streusel cake. I don't know what else to call that thing, but it's awesome. And also a corned beef casserole. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Didi.
And today we got some awesome recipes. This corned beef casserole is something new, so
Yep.
I don't remember you cooking too much with corned beef, so I'm really interested in this one.
That's good.
So, but it's got some really basic ingredients in there. It's not going to be hard for anybody for us to follow.
It's a simple one, and you make it on the top of the stove. You don't bake it. It's all in one nice big
Skillet,
and that's the way it is.
quick, easy meal. Easy meal.
Absolutely, yes.
And to make that recipe, these are the ingredients that you're going to need for that. You're going to need a medium onion. You're going to need a green pepper, just I can't even talk right now. A 4th cup of margarine. You're going to need a large can of corned beef, a small can of tomato paste, a cup of water, 2 teaspoons of ketchup, a teaspoon of mustard, a dash of chili powder. They're going to make it a little kicky there. Salt and pepper. And this is the thing that might throw most people off, but we got a package of macaroni cooked and 3 fistfuls of cheese grated.
Really?
Okay, no, that's some old terminology. Fistfuls.
Fistfuls, right. I mean,
My fistful and, Dad's fistful might be a little bit different.
just a little bit. Or you take Mark and Edison, that'd be way different, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about whose fist we're talking about here.
Okay.
And then we got a family favorite
No, that
chocolate recipe. It's a German chocolate cake mix swirled with cream cheese. And what you're going to need for this is a package of cream cheese, German chocolate cake mix, and we're going to prepare that as directed. You're going to need 3/4 cup of chopped nuts, 1/2 cup sugar, an egg, and 8 ounces of cream cheese.
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's really, really good.
Okay.
And for that, we put it in a jelly roll pan versus a regular cake mix. I should say cake pan, the 9x13.
I'm rubbing off on you. We can't even talk right now.
That's all right. Okay. And what I did was a jelly roll pan. I sprayed it good with. I love this spray here from Allison's Food Pantry. I'll put a plug in for them because it's great. And because most cake mixes, they say spray the pan or grease the pan and flour it. When I use this, I never mess with that. I just spray it and it comes out great.
Okay.
And because we want to get our cake in the oven, German chocolate cream cheese bars, basically, we want to get them in the oven. We're going to make that first.
Okay.
So that's baking while we do our corned beef casserole.
All right.
So
let's get started.
Like you had said, we're going to start with a box of German chocolate cake, and we're going to mix it as directed. So, it's that, and it's 1 cup water, and a 1/3 cup oil, this one, and then it's asked for 3 eggs. So we'll get that. And one thing to mixing up a cake, do not overbeat your cake.
Okay.
Because if you mix a cake too long or too much, it actually gets crumbly. So you just mix it, and when they say not to do it often, I'm going to start here with an egg here, and we won a door prize again, 2 yolks. So we're going to put that in there. And like I said, just 3 eggs.
So this is what happens, and the good thing about farm fresh eggs.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And the yolks are so yellow, and they're just, when you say organic, they are, because our cousin Judy that we get the eggs from, she babies her chickens. They're her pets. I don't know how she ever butchers them because she loves her chickens and stuff or whatever. I mean, she'll even go out in the summer with a net and catch grasshoppers to feed, chickens when
chickens eat grasshoppers?
Oh, that's a delicacy.
Okay.
You weren't on the farm. You didn't grow up. Yes, chickens love grasshoppers. Okay, let's get this
At least somebody does.
right.
Or something does.
Okay, we're going to just beat that just a little bit more here, just to get that all mixed well. Okay. Like I said, just blend it well. You do not need to.
You don't
like
need
I
to
said,
beat it.
No. So we'll just put that in there, and now we're going to just pour that in here. And I'm going to use the same bowl to mix the cream cheese in here, because we're going to blend that really well. That we do. And because you're going to put the cream cheese on top of this, if it gets a little bit of cake mix on it beforehand, that's fine. When you put it in there, it's going to be mixed in with the cake anyway.
Well, this is a fabulous recipe and really easy to make. It's not.
It is very easy to make, and it's a big favorite on that. And being you use a jelly roll pan, it really goes further. You know that, whatever. So I just need to get my other beater so I can mix the cream cheese. Okay, so for the cream cheese, we're gonna put another egg in there.
Okay.
1 egg, and put that. And we're going to use a ½ cup of sugar.
Okay.
And then the 8 ounces of cream cheese.
And I know I ask this question quite frequently when we're baking. I think things just work out better when you don't use light. Now, have you used a light cream cheese with this recipe before?
In this one, yes, you can easily use the light.
Okay.
It's in the baking when you're using it like in a crust or something. Your regular cream cheese, well, of course, has a little bit more fat in it, so it's going to be a little flakier on that, and it makes a lot of difference. So,
Okay.
you know.
So in something like this, you definitely could cut back a little bit if you wanted to use a lighter cream cheese. Okay.
Absolutely.
See, I never know when to do that, so I just always buy regular.
Oh, no. And you're safe no matter what.
I mean, I figure if we're going this far, a little bit farther is not going to matter.
That's correct. So we beat that well, and I'm going to scrape my bowl down.
So we're going to we're beating this until it's just a smooth consistency, correct?
That's right.
What's the fun of baking if you can't taste it?
That's right. And then we're going to just drop them on by teaspoonfuls here when we got that mixed, and then we need a butter knife because we're going to swirl it in there.
Okay. Or you didn't want this on top there?
No. Yeah, we can. That. And I put the oven on at 350, just like the cake mix directions are. So just take by spoonfuls and just drop.
Now, do you remember who you got this recipe from?
You know, I've had it for so long that, I really don't. And I'm almost thinking that it probably did come off of a German chocolate cake mix at one time, long time ago. But I haven't seen that recipe on a cake mix forever. But it was just a German chocolate cream cheese, like a brownie, is what it was called. So we'll scrape that. And then, like I said, we're going to just take our butter knife and just kind of swirl that through there. So it doesn't really make a difference where we're going to put that extra in there. So.
Okay.
Right. And so, like I said, just take your knife and just kind of run that through. You know, spread it out, and then we'll go this way.
So it actually makes a very pretty dessert too.
It is.
On top of being very scrumptious, it actually turns out very pretty.
It just adds, you know, really something just to a basic cake mix. And we want to get a little bit of that cream cheese to the edge too, so you have your edges that have all that. So, okay. Now we're going to put on, it's about a cup of chocolate chips. And I like using the mini ones. You know, since they've come out with the mini chocolate chips, I pretty much use that almost for everything, even chocolate chip cookies and that and stuff. So just sprinkle that all over there.
And it covers it very well.
Very much so. Well, I think you get a little bit more even chocolate with the minis just because you have more of them and you can spread that out a little bit more. And then I've got about a cup of, it's probably 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts.
Okay.
So
You better
just-
leave a little section without nuts
okay.
for Addison though.
All right, definitely. Okay, got that corner just for her. I hope she's watching, Grandma, so she knows that
Oh, absolutely.
she's special, and we just leave that right there for her. So,
She knows.
okay, so we're gonna put that in the oven. And in fact, we're gonna put that on for 30 minutes. Bake it just the time that your cake mix, you know, says. So,
Okay.
now we'll come over here and we're gonna start our casserole.
All right.
I've got a 1/4 cup of butter here, and we're gonna get that melted because we're going to just saute our onions and green pepper in here.
Okay.
And that's so, because it says a medium chopped onion and just a green pepper. You know, it says slivered and that, but I cut it, but I still chopped it a little bit because I didn't want too long of pieces. So
Okay.
we're gonna do that.
Now I know that you pulled one of this recipe from one of the cookbooks that you've used quite often. Now have you made this recipe before?
I've not made it for the family before.
Okay.
And you know, I love corned beef
Okay.
and that Reuben sandwiches
Oh
and
yes,
all of that. Your
absolutely. We have those quite often.
Yes, corned beef and cabbage and stuff. But this here asks for a can of corned beef.
Okay.
It's in a can. Just, in fact, I took the top off of it, but it's a Hormel, you know, corned beef. We have cooked macaronis in here, and we have a little bit of, you know, your other seasonings. It's almost like almost kind of like a goulash in a way,
Okay.
but yet corned beef versus, you know, hamburger and that. So
Because you know, I think of corned beef. I actually think of like the deli style, the thinly sliced, what you use for Reuben sandwiches.
yeah, let's just get that going here. And then just to saute that a little bit. And then it asks for 8 ounces of cooked macaroni.
Okay.
So 8 ounces of uncooked, you know, macaroni is what you're going to, just a box, or your measuring cups, you know, will stay down there 8 ounces, and that's just, you know, what you want to do. It's not a real big amount.
Okay. And I know that you had pre-cooked the macaroni, and when you're making a hot dish like this, I mean, you wouldn't have to have chilled that like you do normally when you do a salad.
Right. I would have, if I was just making this right now, I would have just maybe cooked my macaroni and put it in right away.
Yeah.
But in preparation for our show, I prepare a lot of things ahead, so, it goes a little bit smoother and a little quicker, so, and that. And this here, we're just to saute it a little bit. We're not going to brown it. We just want it to, soften it a little bit. And that, so. And we're going to use a little bit of, the small can of paste, tomato paste, a little bit of chili powder, and a little bit of pepper and salt. It doesn't give an amount. It just says to taste, to whatever you like. So once that's cooked, then we're going to add our 3 fistfuls of cheese on top of it and let it melt. So
this has got to be an old terminology though, because I don't see that in too many recipes today.
Right. Yeah, it's a old recipe.
I mean, I can get the pinch of salt. I can get a couple of those things, but I don't think I've ever seen fistfuls. I mean, and that is probably just telling our viewers that I'm not that much of a cook.
Yeah, well, not really. And to be honest, there isn't too many times I've ever seen that used as a fistful, for cheese, to measure.
So what would you say?
Well,
half a cup?
I've got a good cup here.
Oh, I was going to say like a fistful, like
that. A fistful probably wouldn't be quite a half a cup. But when I did it here, I probably got maybe you're probably right, because I was going to say I got about a cup and a half there.
Okay.
And again, that is a matter of preference. If you like more cheese, hey, make a big fistful. If you don't want as much cheese, then you can cut back and that. So it's just like anything, do it to taste. There's not too often that you have to make anything exact to have it turn out great.
Right. Other than caramel.
Oh, right. Candies are a whole different breed there for when you're cooking. You have to be exact with those things. Okay, so we got that going and sauteed. I'm going to just turn that down, and I'm going to add my beef here, or corned beef.
Okay.
And that's just going to, once it gets warm, it just cooks up here. And it says a large can, and this I believe was 12 ounces, and that was the largest I've ever seen for that. So.
Okay. So corned beef itself, I know that we're going to add a little bit of salt, but corned beef normally has that little bit more of a salty taste to it. So how much salt were we going to be adding to this?
I'm going to just add probably a 1/4 teaspoon, just because I'm going to have all that cheese on top.
Okay.
And there again, you'd be bringing in extra salt, so you don't want. And then too, when I cook my macaroni, it's just something that I've always done. Add a little bit of salt in my water when I'm cooking. So we're going to put this in, and then I'm going to need a cup of water. So I believe there's a 1 cup measuring there, just to bring in some water here.
There you go.
Okay, and I did forget to take out of the fridge. We want the mustard and ketchup.
Okay.
So we'll get those 2 ingredients.
And is this the one that we were thinking of?
Yes.
Okay.
That mustard there. And it says a teaspoon of mustard. So we'll just give it a little squirt there. That teaspoon. And it says 2 teaspoons of ketchup.
Okay.
So again, we're going to just squirt there, about 2 teaspoons there. And as you see now that it's warming up, that corned beef just really cooks up or, falls apart.
Well, it's more like almost a hamburger texture.
Yes, it is. So now it says a dash of chili powder, and so just whatever you think. I'm going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon there. And I'm going to just put a very scant bit of salt in there, probably about a 1/4 teaspoon, not too much.
Okay.
And then we're also going to add a little bit of pepper.
All right. Pepper. Gotta get the pepper thing.
Did we put it away? All right.
We did.
Okay. So there I'm going to probably add about a 1/2 teaspoon because, like the pepper. Okay, we're going to turn that down. So it's something that does not take long to make and to fix. So have that. Now we're going to add our macaroni.
Okay.
And normally, like I said, we talked about if you made it right at the time, it would just kind of come all apart. But it's easy enough. You have it chilled, and you can just put it in there, and it's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, once you put those in, you're very much like a goulash there.
It is.
So something different than the normal hamburger.
Yeah. There's
Casserole.
times we just look for something different. We got to try something different.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what this is. It's definitely going to have that little bit of different taste because of the corned beef versus hamburger.
So once we have this all in here, how long do we need to simmer it to let it set before we serve it?
There is really, once you've got it, heat it well because everything is cooked.
Okay.
We're going to just put our cheese on top of it and put a cover on and just let it melt slowly. We're not going to try to, make it quick or whatever. And
Okay.
that way things will get heated up quickly. We're going to just let the macaroni maybe get just a little hotter, being they were cold when we put it in.
Because some of those dishes that you make with hamburger and sauces, sometimes it takes a little while to get it all.
To blend those
Yes.
flavors in and stuff. That's correct, yes. So we're going to just turn that down, and I think I'm going to just put the cover on for a little bit and then let it maybe about 5-10 minutes on low, and then we'll add the cheese. And so that should finish about the same time as our German chocolate cream cheese bars will be.
Okay.
So,
Sounds perfect.
So we will be back here shortly. Our macaroni is heated up really nice. It's bubbly. So let's just go ahead and add our cheese on top of that.
Okay.
So we're going to just sprinkle that all around. So what I'm taking out here is just kind of like pinchfuls. It's not really fistfuls. So as you can see, I have quite a few more than that. But cheese is really going to make this casserole though too. So definitely don't scrimp on it.
Okay.
Like I said, I had about maybe a cup and a half of cheese in there and stuff.
Okay.
And I just used, I used some Colby, the mixed cheese, and then I had a little cheddar cheese.
Like a Monterey Jack.
Yes, right. So now let's just go ahead and put the lid on that and let that cheese melt. And we have 5 more minutes for our delicious German chocolate cheese bars. Did we get it all in there?
German chocolate cream cheese bars.
Oh, I forgot the cream cheese. My God, yes, got to start over now. The timer is going off for our German chocolate bars. We'll just shorten that one up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to just pull that out here and just double check it. Oh, okay, that top is set right here, and like you can see that is definitely done. And that was 30 minutes.
Okay.
So that's great. So now we're going to bring over our casserole here too. And as we take off that lid, we can see how that cheese just melted right down in there. Look at that.
Oh, absolutely.
Really looks delicious there. So we're going to just go ahead and take some of this out here. I would think this would be great with just a salad and then having some breadsticks with that.
Absolutely, or just even maybe just I don't want to say garlic toast, but something unlike that. You have a little bit harder bread.
Yes.
To go with it.
Now, even though this is just fresh out of the oven, we're going to just take it out because it's going to nice piece in there.
And I didn't ask when we were on air, but I had asked you. You don't really deviate too much from the 30 minutes on this. But if you were going to do a test, is it, I mean, because your cream cheese is baked as well, it's not soft anymore. I mean, if you did a toothpick in any part of this, it comes out clean?
It would. It
Okay.
would. And really, touch is all you have to do. You know, you touch that and it springs back. That just indicates that it is done.
Okay, so either way you can do that by touch.
Absolutely.
Or if you feel...
So, boy, can we refrain from taking a bite till after we feature this?
I don't know, it's going to be hard. To get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, www.ctctel.com. Thank you always to the Workshop for being our sponsor. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a good evening.